High-value sigma guys are individuals that exhibit both alpha and a beta characteristics. They are not happy with merely following the direction of others, but they do not want to be in command all the time, either. There are a number of reasons why sigmas are frequently misinterpreted, despite the fact that they are frequently misconstrued by the general public. First, they are unimpressed with you. High-value sigma guys are not readily impressed by others, regardless of who they are. They have high standards and give their approval only after careful consideration. This may make them appear unapproachable or even judgmental, but they just do not place much weight in what others say, unlike others who are readily swayed by riches, power, or artificial breasts. High-value males of sigma could care less about such matters. They like to be around someone who is honest and authentic. Attempting to impress a sigma is like attempting to pull water out of a rock. It is virtually impossible. They have little interest in worldly belongings or superficial matters. This is why they might occasionally appear uninterested in others. However, they find no value in attempting to impress someone. They even do not. Occasionally, sigma men are impressed by someone or something, but this is typically because they have accomplished something they like. For instance, a sigma may be inspired by a person who has conquered difficulty or achieved greatness. They prefer to appreciate someone who can inspire them over someone who is attempting to impress them. High-value sigma guys are adept at reading people and can see through attempts to charm or manipulate. They have a strong nonsense detector and can smell a liar from a mile away, but others may be easily duped by beautiful words or hollow promises. Diseases are not easily duped. They would rather face the difficult reality than be told two lies. They are replenishing sigma males require alone time to recharge, and they may frequently be spotted in there. This desire for solitude might make them appear aloof or even unfriendly, but that is simply how they function. While some individuals are social butterflies who want frequent interaction with others, sigmas are the exact opposite. They gain their energy from solitude and feel stifled when surrounded by too many people. This is why sigmas are frequently observed in the wild or in their own homes. They require time alone to clear their minds and refocus. They are not the sort of individuals who will like a packed pub or club. While some may view this need for solitude as a bad trait, it is actually a beneficial trait. They prefer to be in a peaceful environment where they can rest and reflect. This is the ideal moment for individuals to reflect on their lives and choose their goals. While others are absent, they are able to be their most creative and productive. Those affected with partying illness are typically the ones that create stuff. Others may find the term recharging odd, but for sigma males, it is important. They will rapidly grow overburdened and anxious if they do not have time to themselves. When a sigma is recharging, they are not merely inactive. It is vital to their health that they engage in this process. They dislike explaining themselves to individuals who do not understand. Sigmas dislike explaining their actions or judgments to others. They have confidence in their own skills and in themselves. Therefore, they need not seek the favor of others. This can sometimes make them appear arrogant or even self-centered, but they just do not function on the same wavelength as the majority of others. While others may want frequent reinforcement, sigmas are entirely at ease in the air. They have faith in their own intuition and do not require the approval of others to legitimize their decisions. Others may misunderstand their self-sufficiency, but sigmas are aware that they have nothing to prove for this very reason. They frequently disregard the opinions of others, especially if they are damaging. It is common for some individuals to have no understanding of high-value sigma guys. They attempt an explanation, but it's as if they're speaking to a. Not because sigmas are selfish, but because it's a waste of time and energy, despite the fact that sigma men do not require the approval of others and are neither arrogant nor impolite. They may be very kind and understanding, but only when it feels natural to do so. If someone is continuously attempting to tear them down or is negative, they will simply walk away. They have little faith in you. Sigmas are extremely wary and reluctant to trust. They have been burnt in the past and refuse to allow it to occur again. This fatigue may make them appear untrustworthy, but sigmas just do not accept anything at face value. They will not accept your assertions as true. They must personally witness it. This skepticism frequently makes them appear as if they question or mistrust everything. Nonetheless, this is only a defensive mechanism. They do not desire to be exploited or harmed once more. Consequently, they will not readily relax their vigilance. They will disregard you if they detect even the tiniest whiff of nonsense. Before Sigmas can truly trust a person, they must first get to know them. They must be able to observe the individual in a variety of settings and be confident that this is possible. It's difficult for a Sigma to trust someone, but once they do, they're in it for the long haul. They won't abandon a relationship at the first sign of difficulties. Once Sigma has gained your trust, they will be dependable and loyal, and they will demand the same in return. They will have your back in all situations. They may not exhibit it externally, but they will always be there for you in times of need. They are preoccupied with contemplation. High-value Sigma guys are extremely contemplative and frequently become lost in their own thoughts. This may make them appear distant, but that is simply how they conduct business. Some individuals may find it odd that they are always pondering and attempting to figure out things. It is how they solve challenges and generate new ideas. They are constantly considering what may be and how things could be improved. Constantly searching for connections, their mind is always racing. If you attempt to speak to a Sigma when they are immersed in meditation, it is possible that they will not hear you. They are so absorbed in their own ideas that they ignore the outside world. This may frustrate others, but it is not personal. That is how they operate. The top recommendation, when conversing with a S, to give them a moment to collect their thoughts if they appear distant. Obviously, they don't do this intentionally, it's simply how their thinking works. They like analyzing everything and strive to make sense of all they encounter. Sigma guys are not the sort of people who can just switch off their intellect. Even when they do not want to, they are always thinking. Your number 6 is of no relevance to them. Sigmas despise anything that produces unwarranted stress or drama in their life. They favor keeping things straightforward and dislike dealing with disagreement. This does not imply that Sigmas fear conflict, but they prefer to address difficulties in a calm and reasonable manner. They do not see the sense in being upset over something that can be simply resolved. This fondness for calm and quiet frequently makes Sigma appear inattentive or even indifferent to others. However, they do not like to waste time on meaningless discussions in times of crisis. Sigmas prefer to observe the activity from a distance. Before being engaged, they like to watch and assess the situation. This enables them to make better informed judgments, giving them an air of detachment. To comprehend, they are not need to be a part of everything. This is why they frequently disregard the drama in commotion surrounding them. It just isn't worth their time or energy, whereas alpha guys want and enjoy the focus and attention. Sigmas favor a background position. They would prefer remain in the background and let others the spotlight. This is not to imply that high-value Sigma guys are timid. They simply do not feel the need to be in the spotlight. Everything they are quite content with living a low-key existence and flying under the radar. This may make them appear invisible at times, but this is precisely what they desire. 7 persons are too monotonous. Whether at a professional function or a party, Sigma males frequently find themselves in circumstances where they are surrounded by others who are uninteresting to them. As a result, they are frequently bored to tears. Because Sigmas are extremely choosy in their social connections, this is the case. They only desire to be in the company of those with whom they can engage in stimulating discourse. They will rapidly grow bored if their minds are not engaged. Consequently, high-value typically, Sigma guys prefer small groups or even individual interactions. They desire a substantive chat without the need to engage in small talk. Sigmas frequently feel as like they do not belong with the rest of the group. This is due to the fact that they are continuously in pursuit of more. They wish to discover their position in the world and locate those who are wiser than him. The issue is that most individuals are okay with mediocrity. They are content to just go through the motions of life without seeking anything greater. High-value Sigma guys would never get that doing the same thing repeatedly is boring. 8. You're overly critical. In spite of your own inadequacies, oftentimes, we are quick to identify the defects in others, but are oblivious to our own. The world is replete with these kind of people, and we all know at least one. They are those who are ready to point out your faults but unable to acknowledge their own Sigma guys. This type of individual is intolerable and will be ignored immediately. These individuals are just interested in engaging in contentious discourse and have no desire to engage in constructive dialogue. Before criticizing others, we must examine our own actions. It's simple to criticize the person in front of you, but it takes far more courage to look at oneself honestly and acknowledge your own mistakes. Once you are able to accomplish this, you will see that we all have defects and that no one is flawless. We're all simply humans striving to do our best. You exaggerate excessively. 9. Sigmas cannot comprehend why individuals feel the need to embellish or deceive. They are continuously in quest of the truth. They are unsatisfied with half-truths or white falsehoods and desire to know the truth. This is why they frequently find it difficult to interact with others. They cannot comprehend why individuals do not employ logic and reason when they are. They find it completely incomprehensible. Everything the other person says seems incomprehensible, as if they were speaking a foreign language. And it only irritates them further. High-value males of the Sigma fraternity frequently believe that they are the only ones who live in the real world. Exaggerating things is a waste of time and energy for Sig, as everyone else lives in their own little bubble and does not use their brains. They would want to get to the point quickly and be done. They see no need to beat about the bush or make things more complex than they need to be. 10. As an act of politeness occasionally, high-value Sigma guys ignore you out of a desire to avoid being impolite. They may not be interested in what you have to say, yet they do not like to appear rude by interrupting or cutting you off. They value courteous behavior. Therefore, they prefer not to upset you by ignoring you. If you intend to argue with a male Sigma, you will have a difficult time. They are self-control experts and seldom lose their anger. They will rather ignore you and simply walk away than engage you in a heated dispute. Therefore, you will be left alone if you want conflict.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.